What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I am going to be doing my NFL 2023 2024 quarterback rankings. It's been a while since I've done a ranking like this, so I thought it would be a good time to do this as the season is coming up. And there is football going on right now, but the regular season, the main quarterbacks will be playing, and we will have five tiers that we will use S, A, B, C, and D, and then we'll have unproven. The S tier will be the tier of the best quarterbacks, maybe two, three guys that are the best in the game, present the best talents, and do the most for their teams. A is also the incredibly talented guys, but they aren't the best of the best. They are maybe the top four to top eight quarterbacks in the league. They're very talented. They bring a lot to the table, but they can't surpass the best of the best. B is also some good quarterbacks that get the job done, have good talents, can do a lot with their game, but they aren't amazing. They aren't at the top of the list. C is really just an average tier. If you are a C quarterback, you're a pretty mediocre quarterback. You get the job done. Sometimes you have solid talents, but you're just not that guy. And then D, of course, not the bad players, but just kind of like the worst quarterbacks of the league. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. And starting it off, I'm not going to start with Josh Allen. I'm going to start with Baker Mayfield. And we're going to go with C tier for now for Baker Mayfield. I think he has the talent. He just hasn't proven it because he's been so around the league with the Panthers, the Rams, now the Buccaneers. But I think C is fair for him. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is also another tough one. I'm going to move him. Derek Carr. I'm going to go B for Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr finds a way to do very well every season. He's not a winner. He's not a consistent winner. He sometimes has bad games, so I'm gonna put him at B. Dak's also gonna go in the B category. Lots of talent. I just think the consistency with winning games comes to him. Andy Dalton, he's a backup quarterback. He's there for Bryce Young for mentorship, but you could even put him down here with. But for now, he's a D guy. Josh Allen, we're bringing back to him. Josh Allen's going in S tier. I think one of the most athletically gifted quarterbacks in the league, 6'5", 240 pounds, can run extremely well, has a cannon of an arm. It's just also the winning is a concern, but he does get it done a lot of the time. So I'm going to go S tier. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's going to go in D. I think Sam Darnold. I believed in Sam Darnold when he went to the Panthers. He had a lot of good games. It's just he's all around the league, and he's not. I wouldn't say he's a good quarterback. Daniel Jones. I'm going to put Daniel Jones in B. He had a very solid season last year. He brought the Giants to the playoffs, and he played well, like considering his previous years in the NFL. So he's going to go in B. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, I think, is A. I think Joe Burrow is going to go in S. I think Joe Burrow, for how well he did last season, ever since he's been a starter, he's consistently brought the Bengals to the playoffs and beyond. I think he can do it again this year, maybe, and I think he could win the Super Bowl this year. He'll be in MVP talks. I think he is an S tier quarterback. Justin Fields for now is in C. I think he could shoot up to A or B after this season, but for now, Justin Fields is going to stay in C. He had a solid season last year. He didn't really play his rookie year. Last year, he showed his running ability, but the arm concerns me. He was on a really bad team last year, so for now, C. Geno Smith. Geno Smith's going to go in B. He had a really good season last year, but I got to see more from him to put him above that. He was really good last year. 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, minimal interceptions. He won the Seahawks games. He deserves B. Jared Goff, another B quarterback, very underrated since he left the Rams, but he had a very good season last year. He was consistent with the Lions. He passed the ball efficiently. He didn't have too many turnovers, and he won them some games that they couldn't have won with another quarterback. Taylor Heineke's going to go in D. Taylor Heineke is just a really mediocre quarterback when he's on the field. He's exciting because he didn't really come from anything in starting out in the NFL with the Panthers, and that one playoff game was incredible. But other than that, I don't see him as more than a mediocre quarterback. Justin Herbert's our first A quarterback. Justin Herbert has talent, man. He has an incredible arm. He has this big, tough build. He's got mobility in him, but I just think he hasn't really proved himself as a winner. He hasn't been in the league for too long, so I'm going to go A. Jalen Hurts is another A quarterback. You could argue that he is in B. He got a massive contract, but he went to the Super Bowl last year. He had a very solid season, an above average. He's a great rusher. He has a solid to great arm, and he's a winner. You can tell by how he did last season. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm putting in C. Jimmy Garoppolo gets a lot of hate, but Jimmy Garoppolo does good things when he's on the field, and he knows how to win games. Maybe he's not the most clutch in big situations, but consistently with the 49ers, he's been getting them to the playoffs. I know now he's on the Raiders. I don't expect too much, but I think he's a solid quarterback. Kirk Cousins, B. Kirk Cousins, again, he can't win big games, but statistically, Kirk Cousins gets the job done. He usually throws about 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Similar to Jared Goff statistically, I just think in the big games, Kirk Cousins fails to perform, and that's why he's not A. Kyler Murray's B. I want to put him in C. I want to put him in A even. But Kyler Murray's he's just underwhelming. Like, I haven't seen too much out of Kyler Murray that really wows me. And for that reason, like, I see him in the same category as like Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott because he hasn't done too much in his career. He had one season where he was on a very successful Cardinals team, but he hasn't really won too many big games. He doesn't have a incredible arm. He's a short quarterback. He's got good rushing ability, but B I think is fair. Lamar is A. Lamar Jackson, I think, is really underrated. He had one of the greatest MVP seasons. He's one of the best Russian quarterbacks of all time. He has a very underrated arm that he gets discredited for, and I think he wins the Ravens games. He's going to get A. Jordan Love, he's unproven. I forgot to put him here. We haven't seen him start in a season. I mean, he played a few games last year. He's played the preseason, but I don't know what to expect with him. Mac Jones is C. He could be D, but Mac Jones, I think he still has time. He still had a playoff season. Puts about 3,000 yards up every season. But last year was pretty rough, but I think for now he is a C quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, of course, S. He's going to go in the first place for S. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. He's one of the most talented we've ever seen. He's one of the most talented we will see. He's the best quarterback in the league by far. He's a winner, an incredible arm. He has mobility, and he knows how to win games. He wins them consistently. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He has 2 MVPs. He is the best quarterback in the league. Matt Ryan, C. Matt Ryan's skill level has plummeted since he was an MVP a few seasons back. He still has old man, not really old man tell, but veteran talent. He still can win you some games if you bring him in as a starter, but he doesn't have any wow and talent left, so he's C. Davis Mills, I'm putting in D. He got replaced for a reason after 2 seasons. He doesn't really have any traits that really make me go like, oh my, like he's just kind of a mediocre quarterback. He's been on a very bad Texans team. He has a pretty weak arm. He's not too mobile. He's going to go in D. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is a little bit unproven, but I saw enough of him to say D for now. I will say for now. Last year he wasn't great. He had a solid Steelers team around him and he could have performed and he just didn't. So he's gonna go in D. Brock Purdy is I'll put him in B because he had some games that were really good and he played really well in. But again, you can't put him any higher than C or B because of how talented the Niners were without him. And he did go to the AFC Championship, but I think B is safe for him, considering that we haven't seen a lot out of him, and he is on one of the best rosters in the league. Aaron Rodgers is going in A tier. Aaron Rodgers is still an incredible quarterback. Yeah, he's old. Yeah, he's going to lose some talent. He'll lose some skill, but he'll always have that veteran talent in him. He'll always have that incredible accuracy and power in his arm, and he has amazing poise, and he knows how to win the big games. So he's staying in A. Russell Wilson is going to go in C. He had the worst season of his career last year, and yeah, I get the bad coaching, but you can't put a guy in B tier with how bad he played last season. His arm was extremely underwhelming. His mobility really wasn't there, so he's gonna go in C. Stafford, I'm gonna put in B. Stafford had a really good season when they won the Super Bowl. He's just getting older. He's regressing, and that makes sense. He's been dealing with injuries, but he still plays solid when he is on the field. So yeah, I'm gonna put Stafford in C because I think he's a solid quarterback. Um, but I don't expect too much from him this year. But I think he could have a comeback year if he stays healthy. Tannehill, C tier. We'll put Stafford in B, but Tannehill C tier, mediocre quarterback. He hasn't done anything recently. His early years with the Titans and the Dolphins were good, but other than that, he's lost a bit. Trevor Lawrence, I'm gonna put in A tier. Call me crazy. I just think Trevor Lawrence is a really good up and coming quarterback. He has mobility. He has rare talent that we saw from him in college, and he brought it to the field this season with the Jags. I think he is a good A quarterback. Tua C tier. I'd like Tua. I think he deserves B tier, but he is yet to prove himself in the playoffs. His arm isn't too good, and I think the injuries are getting to him. Deshaun Watson B tier. He used to be A when he was back on the Texans, but the allegations, the missed time from him, it's been rough, and I think if he can bounce back this year, he will be A. But for now, I'm going to go B. Carson Wentz is D, self-explanatory. Bryce Young, unproven. And then Zach Wilson, we're going to also go D. He really hasn't started his career off too hot, but hey, he's been looking good in the preseason. But this is my NFL quarterback rankings. I think it's pretty fair. You have the three best quarterbacks, then you have five other great guys, and then you have the B tier, C tier, and D tier. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is a good ranking? And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next videos. Tell me what position you want me to do next. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.